Hi everyone, the Joyful Yogini here. It's time for the weekend reading. I'm also live on Instagram too. Hey, Chad's in the house. How are ya? I am going to click on wave. Hills is in the house. Hey, welcome. So we're going to do the weekend reading. I guess I don't have to, but I'm going to let you know. I got a headache going on in my third eye. It is so intense right now. But I was still felt like, no, I still need to do a weekend reading. So I'm dealing with some pressure here. I know it's quite humid outside, but I also think that the energy is intense today, and we're working up till full moon in Aquarius, which is on Sunday. And like there's a good chance that stuff will come up for us today, helping us to get clearer of what's working. Hey, Warren's in the house. Well, I'm going to do another wave. What's working? What's not working? And so as that stuff is coming up, it's just really important for us to acknowledge whatever emotions are coming up. If you can label those emotions, like give it a name, because as soon as you do that, it takes the intensity away from it. You know, especially if you have such intense emotions going on that you got an amygdala hijack going on. As soon as you name the emotion, it actually gets your prefrontal cortex back online. So it can help in so many, but mainly it helps you to be able to, well, not mainly, the other part that I just said, so important, but also that acknowledgement just helps you to be able to dig a little bit deeper. And that's what we're doing now, is digging deep. Okay, I had a dream the other night. I said this on one of my other streams, so if you had already caught that, my apologies that I'm mentioning it again, but I'm feeling drawn to say it because I feel like some people didn't hear it. And it was such a beautiful visualization for me. I had all this baggage, okay? And you can take that as emotional baggage. You can take that as baggage of programming, perceptions that we have about situations and people, the reason why fears will come up within us, anxieties will come up within us, things that we have been programmed, we have learned from this lifetime, and I also believe from past lifetimes, and some stuff you just can't even pinpoint, like past lives. You're not going to necessarily, oh, that's from lifetime number 201 anyways, a little bit extreme there, but also, when we can take on patterning through our DNA, we're not going to be able to necessarily pinpoint that as well. I mean, you don't necessarily have to. But when you acknowledge what's going on within you, the acknowledgement of it helps you to at least be in a place of curiosity. You can put yourself in a place of curiosity. Well, is that really true for me right now? Because we've been changing and evolving, especially over this past year. Holy crap, huge changes have been happening with all of us. We know ourselves more than we've ever done before. And the people out there who are not doing their internal work, they're having a real shit show, okay? And not to say that all of us aren't going to have our own little mini shit shows. Because we all have baggage. So even if you are doing the work, what I'm saying is we can still have some rough turbulence as we're getting through stuff. So like I've had about a month of holy crap, like emotional stuff like this, but it's been good. Like has not been comfortable, but it's been good, helping me to get a better understanding of what I need, what's important to me, what's not working, all that. All right, so I'm going to pull some cards from the Oracle of Unicorns deck. I've been drawn to that. And by the way, I pulled this out of my bag, and nothing is by chance. This is my numerology book. So if any of you have been seeing certain numbers again and again, write in the comments, let me know, and I can look up the meaning of the number for you. I like to keep reminding myself that the meanings of the certain numbers don't always stick in. So, hey, I love it. It helps me to reinforce the meanings, and it can help you to get a message that maybe your angels and guides or your higher self has been trying to get through to you. Okay. All right. So feel free to share all that. Yeah, still got this pressure going on. Woo! It was really cool. I have to tell you. Okay, first of all, let me set the intention here. What does the collective need for this weekend, including today? So this reading is for August 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So what I was going to say is it was a total honor today. I had an opportunity to do a beautiful healing session with this amazing woman today. And yeah, I loved it. I'm always like pretty tired after sessions. So not only, again, TMI, I'm not only on my period, but I'm also tired from that too. So that's just the place where I'm at right now. Oh, Hussein's in the house. Hussein, I'm sorry. I still can't marry you. You dropped the cards. But every time you say that, Hussein, I'll just have to say it's an honor, and I take it as a huge compliment. Okay. All right. Here we go. What are the cards? We do have a couple upside down, and that's not a bad thing. It just gives us acknowledgement of where we're at. All right. Okay. So we have 5 messages from the Oracle of Unicorns deck. The first message is partnership. And by the way, if any of these messages don't resonate with you, then like push it aside. Or at the minimum, you can at least sit with it. Because if it doesn't resonate with you right now, as you sit and process it, maybe a little bit later on the weekend, you'd be like, aha, eureka. that's the way it relates to me, because we're going to relate to it in all in our unique ways. So the first card is partnership. Partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build a talented support team. So yes, of course, this is going to, for some of you, or for a lot of you, it is going to have to do with your career. So it's going to have to do with the workplace and finding, whether you're building a team for a particular project or a particular assignment, whether you're bringing more staff on or considering more staff on board. If you are considering that right now, then this partnership is confirmation for, yeah, there's someone else you need to bring into your team. Or, you know what, if you are an entrepreneur, this is going to be a message for you that it's time for you to broaden your horizons and be open to working with someone else, because I feel like this other individual or individuals that you can open yourself up to will open you up to more resources and more ideas because they think in a different way. And the combination of that is going to create a more well-rounded result, and it will enhance the market that you can go after. And it's also going to enhance, enhancing the offer. The word that was coming through was offerability. I'm like, is that even a real word? But that is the word that was coming through, your offerability. Should I coin that? Maybe I should go to, what's that? Wikipedia. I'll go to Wikipedia and add that word, offerability. Okay. The next card that came up is freedom. Freedom. You got to do what you say. Okay. Yes. That totally reminds me of Wham or George Michael. Not that card does, but the word freedom does. Okay. So live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. You know what? Sometimes we feel we don't have freedom in an area in our life because we have our own perceptions, our own limiting beliefs that is holding us back from making certain choices. And if you all of a sudden had that freedom, like maybe if a certain person wasn't in life or a circumstance wasn't there, then all of a sudden the energy is open and you would make different choices that would create more freedom and more joy and more expansion and more who you are. But can you create that freedom now with your current circumstances by simply changing your thought patterns about it? Because if it is just a belief system, then we can start being conscious of those beliefs and make some adaptations so you can make choices that will enable you to fully align with yourself. And it's like the spirit of the wild horse. Okay, the spirit of the wild horse. Just see it going through the fields, the meadows, full tilt, no saddle on there, nothing holding it back or telling it what to do. It is just going. Hair, mane blowing in the wind. So that wild horse, it can be you. And so in some instances, we do need to change our circumstances. In some instances, we do need to break free from restraints. But many of us, it's going to be breaking free of the self-limiting beliefs. So watch your language this weekend. Watch your language, watch your thought patterns. So how you're talking to yourself, how you're talking to others, how you might stop yourself from doing something, and then pause. And then be curious about those thoughts and go deep. Oh, I was going to tell you about that dream. I never finished. How did I get off that topic? So before I go on to the next card, so that was basically the freedom. I never finished my dream. So I said I had all this baggage, right? We all have our own baggage going on. And then I needed to, someone said, yeah, you have to go down the stairs. And so when I got to the stairs, it wasn't like stairs like this. It was like a cliff. It was like I got to a ledge and then I could only go down this way, and they were carpeted and they were tiny little stairs to try to hold on to, like very thin stairs, almost like it was, like rock climbing. And at first it was scary. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's where I need to go down. And I had this baggage, right? So I got something in my eye. So anyways, I didn't hesitate. I did, like, at first I was like, okay, so maybe hesitation of a holy fuck. And then I went. So turned myself around and started going down, and it was actually much easier than I thought it was going to be. And so this process, the reason why I brought up that dream is because this process, and in particular today, tomorrow, and Sunday, before we get to the full moon, is we're going to be going a bit deeper into your psyche, right? But the way I want to word it, because the way I understand this better, the language that works better for me, is going deep into your soul, like tuning in to what really makes you tick. And it's okay, whatever it is. And it's okay if certain situations flusters you, frustrates you. Like, it's all of who you are. And the number one thing is we need to embrace all of who we are. Look at our thought patterns to see if we can change our thoughts to decrease the stress and anxiety, because sometimes it's just patterns of thinking that have been ingrained that create that stress and anxiety. And sometimes we need to change our circumstances. So we need to make different choices to be able to eliminate those stressors. So it's going to be different for each of us and in different areas of our lives. Okay, so card number 3, and this one was upside down. It is sanctuary. And we have the moon energy in there. And I love how this unicorn has beautiful sparkly mane as well. So the moon energy is your feminine energy. It doesn't matter what genitalia you have. We all have masculine and feminine energy. And when we like lately, we've all been needing to tune more into our feminine energy, our goddess energy, which is gentleness, softness. It is slowing down. It is allowing others to assist us. It is receiving abundance, receiving guidance, receiving compliments, receiving resources, receiving gifts, financial abundance or support or all that. It is the resting and receiving. The masculine side is the taking action, the go, go, go. And so many of us have an imbalance in one or the other. But right now, we're really needing to dip in to that feminine side. So we need some time this weekend for alone time, you know, whether you're going to go for a walk by yourself or with a pet. Maybe you're going to go into the woods and really connect in with nature. That would be extremely beneficial this weekend. Maybe you're going to do a little meditation. And if you don't feel like you meditate or know how to meditate, choose a guided meditation. There's lots of them on YouTube. On my YouTube channel, I have a couple of meditations as well. So you can see if you're drawn to those. Choose something you're drawn to and choose the length of time that you're willing to put in. You don't want it to feel laborsome. You know, even if you're like, all right, I'll do 10 minutes, then great. Find a 10-minute guided meditation. I do try, I would say minimum of 15 if you can get at least 15. But if all you have is 10 minutes and that's all you're willing to give at that time, do it. Everything helps. It's just taking the time to slow down, dip into your parasympathetic nervous system instead of your sympathetic nervous system where we sit most of the day. So we're going to dip down into there, allow our mind to open up and allow ideas and inspiration and healing and guidance to come through. And we can receive guidance in different ways. And some of you might not realize how intuitive you are. All of you are intuitive. And we do receive messages all the time and in different ways. And sometimes we'll get thoughts that pop in or just have this knowing. And it just sounds like it's ourself, you know, it's ourselves, it's our thoughts. But, you know, whether it's your higher self or your angels and guides giving you messages, it's gonna sound like you. So, except the difference is the messages won't put you in a place of fear or anger or anxiety or stress. When you're getting messages of stress, fear, things like that, that's coming from your ego. Okay, so. And it's coming from your patterns, right? Or just patterns, thoughts of distortion that we've learned. So that's a way to be able to also decipher, because the purity of who we are is connected to source energy, is connected to our higher selves. And we're pure love, right? We're pure love and pure joy. So those are the messages we need to be listening to. Okay, so what else does it say? I didn't read specifically what was on this card. Yeah, take time away from the world, spend more time alone, meditate, or go on a retreat. Hey, if you can go on a retreat this weekend, go for it. Oh, by the way, spring 2022, I'm giving myself the goal to do a retreat. So to lead a retreat. I don't know where it's going to be yet. But I'm excited about it. So I'll keep you posted. All right. The next card, and this was right. Oh, by the way, this sanctuary, it was upside down. So, many of us have not been giving ourselves the time to be alone and to meditate and to connect in. So this is a really strong reminder. No, you need it, especially this weekend. We need it. Okay. The next is hope. And the message on this card is stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. So for those of you that, you know, maybe there's one or more areas of your life that have been causing stress for you, this card is to give you the It's like a little love note from your angels and guides, giving you a hug, saying, it's all going to be okay. Everything is happening in beautiful divine timing. You are listening. You have intuition. You're moving forward as you should. It's all going to be okay. And yeah, we've had a rough go this past year, and some of us even longer, depending on what you've been going through. And more intensely, many of us over the past month or two has been intense. So the biggest chunks of our healing have been occurring already. The biggest wake-up calls have been happening. And those of you who are still listening to this, watching this, you are receiving this message to let you know that you've been doing the work. You are okay, and you are stronger than you think. Sometimes your angels and guides want to give you that reminder that you are amazing and you're super strong and you're going to get through everything. And you can allow hope to enter your heart, and then that hope will be able to blossom to a place of trust and belief and knowing that you are creating a beautiful life. So trust in the rollout of that. And the timing is the timing that's needed. It's needed for you to continue through your healing process, because we still need to integrate all this and see how things change and evolve within our life as the integration is happening. And something that I'm feeling guided to say is, as you get more and more in alignment, clear of what's important to you, then things will fall away that are no longer serving you. So situations might fall away. People might fall away. Sean, are you in the house? Tegan was just trying to call me. Okay. Daughter's needing a pickup. All right. Yeah, so some people might end up falling out of your life. You might end up finding yourself moving, like a move happens, a change in job, or a change in your team, or a change in the location of where you're going to be based out of. So things can shift literally in your environment, because as you align, your vibration is rising, and then you need to be in a high vibrational space. You will attract yourself to people and situations and places of equal or greater vibration to you. So that's a beautiful thing. But sometimes these transitions can be uncomfortable, right? Because it's transition, change can be uncomfortable. So remind yourself to trust, have faith in that process. All right, the final card, beautiful, is friendship. Friendship. And I love how there's a big horse and then a tiny little, I don't know if that is a bunny. It might be some other type of animal. To me, like, it has the ears of a bunny and legs of a bunny. I'm not sure. Anyways, so you normally wouldn't see that type of friendship happening, right? And so I was really drawn to that. And I want you to look at the people who have recently come into your life, or maybe re-entered your life and you haven't seen them in a while. And this card, it was upside down. So it is be open to the friendships that are coming through right now, the new people that are coming into your life, because it's an indication that they are aligning with you. This card is also saying you're starting to be attracted, to pull in your soul family, right? You're starting to bring in people that are from your soul home. And so when that happens, because different souls from different homes can be so different. So when you meet up with your own peeps, high five, like you're just like, wow, someone who truly gets me. And it can, hey, K Cards is in the house. I'm good. How are you? Well, actually, I have a headache. I got a third eye headache going on. Other than that, I'm doing it. And I got my period. Other than all that, I'm all right. Yeah, trust in those friendships and put a little bit of energy into it. You don't have to push yourself into it. You don't have to create tiredness or exhaustion by putting in energy. Put in the energy that you have to be able to help it to grow. Because when you align with your soul family, one of these cards came up. I did a healing with someone earlier today. And one of the cards came up was Goddess Ostara, and it was like fertility. And the message that was coming through was associated with a new friendship. So this is very much aligned. And the friendship is with a soul, someone from their soul family. And so this, when you're connected with your soul family, it's like your seeds of creation have that extra kick, that extra oomph, because now your vibration is, when you're with your tribe, it's just your vibration is expanding outward more. And it's getting, how do I describe it? It's hard to describe because I don't want to say dense or thick, but the power of the vibration is more intense and it will capture things more. So that's why it's so important for you to align with your own peeps, right? Like sometimes we need to step away from things that just truly are no longer in line with us, even though there might be great people, right? They're just no longer in alignment. Nico's in the house. Oh, and Zach's in the house. How are you? I'm doing a wave. Okay, K Card says I had a really bad day, but I'm hoping it gets better soon. Oh, K Cards, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sending you a big energetic hug. I'm so sorry it was a bad day. So we had the Hope card. I don't know if you were on here when the Hope card came up, but the Hope card is giving you the indication that the worst is behind you. So it's only getting better, honey. It's only getting better. I'm going to say it's uphill from here, but then I stop myself because that sounds exhausting. So let's hop on the escalator now. All right, let's hop on the escalator and allow ourselves to flow. So that's another message that's coming through, is for us to do our best to flow through the weekend and let go of constriction of things needing to look a certain way, be a certain way, even with timing of stuff. A timing, you might think, okay, this is when I want to leave to get to XYZ. But if all of a sudden this comes up and this comes up, just trust that your timing might need to adjust. And that's okay. Just go with the flow, get done what you need to get done in a manner that you will be at ease. It will create ease, peace, flow. So be in the flow this weekend as best you can. And if you feel like you're getting agitated, frustrated, you feel like you're not in the flow, that's when it's time to take that sanctuary, right? That's the card that came up. The sanctuary, the moon energy, the feminine energy, get into that place of not doing and be in a place of receiving. So receive the self-love, the self-care that you need. Have some quiet time. Be gentle and kind to yourself. Be gentle and kind with words, with thoughts to yourself, and with the things that you do for yourself. And another thing that's coming up is we do need to fuel our bodies really well. And greens is coming in. So the green leafy vegetables are coming in. And if you can't stand going to like kale or spinach, getting that, then maybe even get a greens supplement, you know, that can have like wheatgrass and barley grass and like spirulina and chlorella, you know, like things get that, like the really high octane greens, okay? And that will help to fuel you. And now that I'm saying that, I'm like, I need to go make myself a shake and put some greens in it. I feel like I need that extra kick because I'm like, I feel like I'm going down. But I do have my Friday night party tonight, so 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So I'm going to pace myself until tonight. And tonight, the Friday night party, the theme is balance for abundance. So how we can create more balance in our life to rev up the balance or rev up the abundance. The other message that came through had to do with relationships. So it's also going to be creating that balance to create abundance within our relationships. And if you have any relationship questions or issues or anything, and you want me to pull some cards tonight for you or provide you with some healing energy, because I'll always turn on the healing. So we'll be doing that this evening too. So 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and it's going to be on YouTube and on Instagram, YouTube and Instagram. It'll be a little bit of a longer version will be on YouTube because I'll shut down from Instagram a little bit earlier and then continue on YouTube. So if you want to go directly to YouTube, you can. On Instagram, it's going to be in my bio. There's a link tree, and there'll be a link to tonight's, the direct link to tonight's show on YouTube. The reason why it's going to be a little bit shorter on Instagram is because I want to share some stuff, some topics and stuff that's more 18 plus. And I have kids on Instagram too, so I'm like, you know, I don't need to go on certain topics on Instagram. So anyways, you can get the full thing on YouTube if that's something you're interested in. So thank you everyone who joined. I hope, okay, so what does K-Card say? Oh, I don't know. I've made a really bad choice. It's too late to change now. Stop crying. Oh, K-Cards, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I feel like, okay, I'm feeling stuff, throat and heart right now. It makes sense, you're crying, right? Do need to forgive yourself because you're always doing the best that you can. You know what? I'm just going to end the stream on YouTube and then I'll chat with you for a bit, okay, K-Cards? So thank you so much for joining. Hope you see you tonight. From my light to yours. Namaste. Bye. Okay, so